You want to know where the ultra wealthy secretly escape to in Minnesota to enjoy true luxury without the paparazzi crowds or overpriced hype of places like Lake Minnetonka? Hint, it's not where you think. Today, I'm spilling the insider secrets of why billionaires, athletes, corporate executives, and even Hollywood celebrities are quietly flocking to the Brainerd Lakes area. If exclusivity, refined privacy, and world-class amenities sound like your vibe, grab your champagne or your favorite bourbon. We're going to dive into this right now. This is your first time on the channel and you want to know everything about living in the Brainerd Lakes area, subscribe below, tap that bell for notifications. That way you'll be the first to know about the current market right here in the Brainerd Lakes area. My name is Noah Gedker, and we get calls, texts, emails all the time from people just like you looking to make their move to the Brainerd Lakes area, and we absolutely love it. So whether you're moving in 9 days or 9 months, give us a text, shoot us a call, send us an email, or schedule a Zoom call. All the info is in the description below, and we'd love to help you make a smooth move to the Brainerd Lakes area. So forget your typical lake stereotype where you might have just one or two just big circle lakes with overpriced cabins. Well, that's not the Brainerd Lakes area. We're talking almost 500 stunning lakes and two major premium luxury lake chains, that being the Gull Lake chain and the Whitefish chain, both combined spanning about 27,000 acres and almost 200 miles of premium shoreline. First, you've got the Gull Lake chain with 9 or 10 interconnected lakes, depending on how you count them, with about 13,000 acres and about 80 miles of shoreline, multiple bays, and access to some of the most exclusive waterfront real estate in the state of Minnesota. Then you've got the Whitefish chain, 14 interconnected lakes totaling about 14,000 acres with 119 miles of shoreline and home to some of the most jaw-dropping private estates you've probably never seen because, well, they're pretty exclusive. So why aren't more people bragging about their Brainerd Lake homes or Brainerd Lakes homes or cabins or vacation homes? Well, it's quite simple, really. It's because they want privacy. The area is quietly becoming home to ultra high net worth individuals, including many athletes, NHL athletes, and others, executives from Fortune 500 companies. It's a great place for a summer retreat that is a bit out of the way, a bit hidden, and some nice privacy. And it's not just hockey players or executives, and many others, even celebrities have tucked away into their second or maybe third homes discreetly along the Gull Lake chain or the Whitefish chain. So when privacy matters as much as luxury, these lakes definitely deliver. All right, so think of Gull Lake as the Lake Minnetonka of the north. Social, vibrant, kind of upscale, just a lot of restaurant opportunities, a lot of lake life. On Gull, you docking your boat at places like Bar Harbor Supper Club, Zorba's, Ernie's on Gull, enjoying luxury amenities like Grandview Lodge, Madden's Resort, Kraken's Resort, all the golf courses that are accessible as well. And luxury homes here range 2 to 4 million plus. Entry-level homes starting at on Gull Lake around 1 to 1.5 million, and then kind of a mid-range of up to like 2 to 3 million or so. And then the more like really luxury, ultra luxury would be 4+ million upwards to homes that are not on the market that would be closer to 10 million. Then you have the Whitefish chain, which is really a more of a sanctuary for privacy even than Gull Lake. You have less of the social scene and more of a pristine solitude and really fishing exclusivity, just because of all the secluded bays, more so than the Gull chain. So homes frequently start around kind of the same range, 1.5 million or so, with premier private compounds easily getting close to 5 to 7 million, and large acreage private peninsula estates can even top $10 million, especially with Big Trout Lake would be one of the really premium lakes to look at, especially for even more privacy than some areas of the lake, so of the chains. So right, there's going to be areas that are more exclusive, more private than others, so that is something you also want to take into account. And so the Whitefish chain is going to have the same kind of entry level, right around 1.5 million, kind of a mid-range of 2 to 4 million, where luxury starts to come in, but it all depends on the type of shoreline, types of finishes of the home and stuff like that. But where you'll pretty much be certain that you'll have more of a truly luxury property is when you're at 4 to 5 million plus, and again reaching up towards 10 million. If you're looking to build lakefront lots that when they do come available are going to be starting on both chains really, and it's going to depend on where on the lake and which connected lake you're on, but you're looking at starting around $500,000 to $600,000 for a lot, and those are generally going to be 100-foot lot right around there. But they could be, depending on the location, which direction they're facing and all that, could be upwards of $1 million or more. Think $8,000, $9,000, $10,000, $11,000 per front foot on the lake. And then you also have both Gull Lake and Whitefish have just really incredible stability in terms of appreciation. Currently like 6 to 9% annually, even during this most recent kind of market downturn, if you will. The lake homes here are definitely outpacing the non-lake homes, and that is pretty much always the case, especially now. The lake homes here always do well, pretty much no matter what, just because of because of scarcity, right? But short-term rentals on these properties like Airbnb, VRBO can do quite well, generating 6 figures of revenue, really helping to offset some significant costs. All right, so what's the scoop with a little bit of insider secrets or maybe local tips that I'd like to share with you right now? And we can certainly, when we connect on a Zoom call, there's a lot more we can discuss depending on your situation. But for maximum value without sacrificing luxury, you could consider neighboring lakes that you're going to get the same kind of luxury feel and privacy, with like Pelican Lake or North Long Lake, and even some others that even many locals don't really think about. So there could be some really good opportunities that just because you have enough money to put down on a second or third home doesn't mean you want to spend the maximum amount, right? Pretty natural to want to get whatever you can for as little as possible, and hopefully it can help you do that, right? Get exactly what you want and more for less than what you think you might have to pay. Also, when you look to buy a home here in the Lakes area, buy a vacation home, a lake home, and if it doesn't matter to you, shop during late fall or winter when seller urgency spikes, right? If somebody's selling their home during that time of year, not during the peak lake home buying market, April, May, then there may be opportunities for you to acquire a lake home at a better price. Also, one quick tip, just because we run across this quite often, is that sometimes people don't realize that a lot of these lake homes are actually on private roads. You may go off of some public road, but to get to your property, there's a private road with a shared private road agreement with your neighbors. And so just know that is very common in this area and very normal. So don't let that freak you out. It's okay. It's very normal. All right, I just want a quick hit on some dining and entertainment kind of lifestyle stuff quick, because you may be hiding out and just resting, getting some relaxation at the cabin, on the lake, spending a lot of time there, but you got to eat, have a little entertainment, that's always good. So Gull Lake, you have places like some high-end dining like Sherwood Forest, the Pines at Grandview. Obviously we've got Bar Harbor, Zorba's, Ernie's on Gull, and so many other opportunities. Madden's Resort and Craggan's, they have restaurant opportunities as well. There's also, you can travel up by boat or Nisswa Lake and get to downtown, dock your boat there, go underneath the tunnel, right into downtown Nisswa. There's restaurants there and some unique shopping opportunities. Even stop by the Chocolate Ox to get some ice cream or Dairy Queen. Then you've got the Whitefish chain. Not as many restaurant opportunities and different things to do on the Whitefish chain because it is a little more low key, but you do have, I would recommend Manhattan Beach Lodge. That's always a great option. Moonlight Bay, the Wharf, those are great options. You know, you can dock your boat and walk to downtown Cross Lake as well. Stop by, get some ice cream at Dairy Queen as well. And some boutique shopping in Cross Lake, not to the extent that Nisswa has, but there is some there. So both lake chains offer also easy boat gas access and dockside services. This everything you need. You know, you can keep your boat in the water, just save you a lot of time and hassle, and just really enjoy the time you have here. All right, some of you may be wondering, what is the crime rate here? Like you're gonna invest $1 million, $2, $3, $4 million or more. Want to make sure your home isn't gonna get robbed or lit on fire. Well, the good news is the Brainerd Lakes area and the areas around, the Gull Lake chain and the Whitefish chain have some of the lowest crime rates statewide. In fact, 70% lower than the national average, roughly. Ultra secure gated communities like the Preserve near Gull Lake provide definitely privacy and a peace of mind, especially, appealing to higher profile homeowners. That's not really something you really need to worry about is the crime. That's not a worry here. All right, one last little tidbit. If you want, there's always events going on, on the Whitefish chain and the Gull Lake chain, from summer water sports, of course, to ice fishing tournaments like the ice fishing extravaganza on Gull Lake, which is like 10,000 people coming from all over the world. It's the largest ice fishing tournament in the world, plus so many other events. Boat parades, and there's a classic boat show both on the Gull Lake and Cross Lake. Other exclusive parties and events going on, bands, live music and stuff at a lot of the different restaurants and stuff. So the resorts have different events that are often open to the public as well. There's always something to do, never a dull moment. If you want to get off the lake for a little bit or leave your home for a little bit and enjoy some entertainment as well. All right, if you are ready to live your luxury lake dreams in private, quiet prestige, then there's no better place in the Brainerd Lakes area. Whether it's Gull Lake chain or the Whitefish chain or any of the exclusive enclaves here in the Brainerd Lakes area, I'm Noah Gedker, and I am ready to discreetly and expertly guide you to your luxury lake home or cabin. Make sure you hit the subscribe button for some luxury insider home tours, some market secrets, and everything else about living and life in the Brainerd Lakes area. So thanks for watching, and until next time, I hope to see you out on the lake.